Hi, Alyssa.
Hello, Perry.
Thank you for coming in this morning.
Oh,
we
yeah.
really appreciate your time.
No, more than happy to.
I'm just wondering if you can just give us a bit of background about yours and Andy's business,
Sure.
your Fox business.
Yep.
How you started and...
Yeah, no, that's fine. So we've been with Fox Mowing for 8 years. We run Fox Mowing and Gardening the Hills, which is in the Dandenong Ranges. We started with no background whatsoever. So my husband Andy was in working for factories, and I did office work, and he just said one day, I want a total change. I want to get into gardening. I've always loved it. I want to get out of office work, and I want to get out into the garden. So, and I was like, not a chance no, that's not going to happen, because we won't earn the money that we need to have a mortgage and look after kids, and you can't earn that kind of money doing gardening. And, 8 years later, I eat my words and would not change it for the world.
So let me take you back to the very start. When Andy started looking, did he just look at Fox, or did he also?
No, so when he decided that's what he wanted to do, and he spoke to me about it, he said he'll do research and have a look. Was really hesitant to go out on his own just because there was no guarantee, and we didn't have any money to sort of support ourselves for any length of time to build a business up. So he started looking, and I mean, the obvious is to go to the most well-known one, which he did look into, but their fees, charges, I mean, you blinked and you got charged. So that wasn't something we were interested in, and they were too big. So, and he came across Fox and loved the name. So that was an instant thing for him, and never heard of them before, but read up and then said, look, how about we get Perry and Ian to come out and talk to us, and before we make any decisions of what we're going to do. And that's what we did. So,
excellent.
Yeah.
And were you at the meeting? Were you at the initial meeting?
Absolutely, it was really important for me to see how this was going to work and what sort of money we could get and how this was going to support our family. So I was absolutely there, and I wanted to be there. So
okay. Oh, that's good. I'm really glad. And what did you think of the meeting? What were the questions that was important for you to ask?
Yeah. So I guess is, how do we make money? How much money can we make? What support does Fox give? What are the fees and charges that are associated with linking, literally? So how were we going to make this business successful? So, that was important for me to make sure that our family was going to be able to pay our mortgage and pay our bills, and also he was going to get the support he needed, knowing nothing, to come in and grow the business. So.
And were you working at the time, Alyssa?
I actually run my own little cleaning business. So I'm self-employed anyway, and that's what initially attracted Andy to want to become his own boss. He loved seeing that I was my own boss, and to have multiple bosses as in clients rather than one boss that dictate whether or not you had a job. So he loved seeing what I had, and he wanted it. So,
what did you think of the fees and charges that Fox offered?
I actually still to this day laugh, because for me it's one job. So the advertising and marketing, the franchise fees, it's one job once a week, and you've paid your fees and charges, and that's it. And it's like, so we don't even think about it anymore. It's just, do a job, you've paid it. Move on. Everything else is cream on top. So, it's great.
And can you remember, like, obviously you know what the fees are. What were the fees?
Oh, back then, I don't know. I don't remember what they are. Look, I mean, when we first started, obviously, you've got there's fees to buy into the business, and there was, you had to buy all your equipment and truck trailer, and we didn't have the money, like as far as we couldn't afford a new trailer, we couldn't afford new equipment, but that didn't stop us from saying, start low. Like, it doesn't matter. We looked for a secondhand trailer, and we bought secondhand equipment, and we started with not a lot, But it didn't matter because we knew as soon as we started earning money, we could start then buying new equipment. We could then start buying a new trailer, which we've done twice now, I think. And so it didn't matter that we didn't have a whole heap of money to start. We've more than made it back.
So initially there was an ongoing fee.
Yeah.
Do you know what that ongoing fee is?
I only know what it is now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. That was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I know it hasn't gone up a lot over the years. So when it has gone up, it's a few dollars. Like it hasn't been, from $100 to $200 to $300. It might be $100 to $104 or to $110. Like the jumps are minimal, and so I'm kind of irrelevant because I don't notice them. So
that's good to hear. Do you know if there were lead fees charged?
No, there is no. Well, no, there never has been. So every time we got a lead, we never got charged anything at all, which other companies do, which is what attracted us to Fox. We didn't want to pay for a fee that might result in nothing, and that's just all part of what you pay for your weekly fee.
How do you think? How important do you think it is not to have not to have been charged a lead fee?
Really important.
Yeah.
We've heard of like people getting leads, and we've had them ourselves where the number's been incorrect, or they've turned around and said, "Oh no, I've already found somebody else." And with companies that do charge leads fees, you get charged for that. So whether it results in something or not, and so it's not attractive to us to pay that. So
is that because you weren't experienced at the time?
Well, I mean, yes and no. I just think when you're starting off, every cent you have is important because you don't know, how quick the business is going to grow or what money you're going to have coming in. So if you're going to get charged lead fees on top of weekly fees, on top of advertising fees, it's just another fee that's going to come out, and we weren't interested in that.
So just coming back to your personal relationship with, obviously Andy was running the business.
Yes.
Were you stressed about the initial stage of the business?
When he first told me he wanted to do it, I just went, no. Like, there's no way we can earn the money. And but when we got Fox in to talk to us about what they offered, what got me was the guarantee of earning a weekly wage. So when I knew that there was a guarantee that we would earn, if we didn't earn it ourselves, Fox would top us up, I knew that was enough for us to survive. So that was my initial concern kind of overlaid. And then there was the nervousness about would he make the business successful. So I was, absolutely nervous, but he was so enthusiastic. So he was like, trust me, I'll make it work. And he did.
So it's a very, very much a joint decision between the two of you.
It wouldn't have happened. Even running the business now, he said I couldn't do it if you weren't part of it. If you didn't help me do all the little things. I mean, I knew nothing. I knew nothing about QuickBooks. I knew nothing about how, even though I had my own, mine was a little tiny, couple of clients a day type business. And so I didn't know how any of that was going to work. And then to look at the option of taking on staff, which is what we did, that was learning again. And so I've learnt along over the years as well. So if it wasn't for me, he couldn't do it.
Yeah, good. And how do you think your relationship with Andy and the business has shifted since then, since the start?
I think we've just grown together. So we've both learned at the same time what works and what doesn't work for the business. We talk about how we can make things better, improvements. I think we've just both grown just with everything of how a business starts from nothing to where it is now, and how we want it to run and how big we want it to grow together. And, if someone's stressed, we back off and vice, and we help each other out. Like if he can't do something, I'll go pick that up, and it's easy for me to go to one of the Mitre 10 or Bunnings and go grab, and I've rung him from there going, they don't have that lawn seed, what do you want? And I'll take some photos and send it through. So, I help take the burden off him of some of the stuff that then he can concentrate on actually running the business. And
So do you think that if you weren't involved in the initial meeting and understanding the business, do you think would your experience be different, do you think?
I think so. Yes and no. It depends how involved you want to be. I mean, this was a business, we're a family. So for us, I wanted to know how it was going to work and how it was going to impact us and how we could make it successful and earn the money we need to. So I wanted to be involved. I think, if obviously you didn't want to, that's fine. But I think you gain more of an insight and an understanding of how your partner's business is going to run and how it works and what you can do to help make it successful. So, and it can be the little things. It doesn't have to be anything big. So,
absolutely. And you have, between the two of you, you've got quite a few kids, right?
Yeah, I've got 6.
How old were they when you guys first started the business?
Well, it was 8. We started 8 years ago. So, the oldest was 17, but the youngest was 9. So 9 to 17, and it works. It just is what it is. I mean, they're all older now, so don't have that much responsibility anymore. But we made it work.
Good, because that's always a lot of, I suppose, a lot of women's fear is that if you've got children, and you're starting a new business, it's like a big concern. Would you say?
It's not. No, I think it's anything. You can start off. A lot of times businesses start off slow. So, from that perspective, you learn as you go. And we sit down at night time when their kids have gone to bed and do the books. And we do them every day. Like I do them every day. So I don't let them, I know some people let them wait to the end of the week or whatever. I do them every day. And and Andy sits down next to me and he goes and checks his emails or he checks his messages on his Facebook page and we do the job every single day. And I don't know. We don't find it difficult to do it like that. So we have family time first, and then we do the business after when they're gone off to bed or pottering around doing their things. So
excellent. So coming back to family time, have you noticed whether what the impact on the family was at the start, and then where it is now? Like, what's the biggest benefit or disadvantage you see?
I think, benefit-wise is flexibility. Without a doubt. So, if there's something on at school, you can turn around and go, I'm not going to work that morning, or I'm going to go to that sporting event, and you have the flexibility to be able to do that, which I think is so important when you've got kids, and that's why I got into my business, for that flexibility. So, absolutely right at the start, that was so important, and it actually didn't impact the kids at all in any kind of negative way. They were actually interested, and they wanted to learn about that and how did that work. And Andy would come back with funny stories about a client or something that happened, and they'd laugh, or they'd even come out and they'd help him, like unpack the trailer or put things in the shed. So it actually involved the kids as well.
So it taught them.
Yeah,
it taught them some work ethics, which is awesome.
Absolutely. And my kids now, 8 years on, they've got great work ethics. So and school ethics as well. So they've learned. So.
So where is the business now? Like you grew from a single trailer operator to.
Yep. So we now employ. Well, at the moment there's 6 of it. Or we employ 6 staff, so we've gone from single trailer to, we actually have 2 trailers, and we don't always run two groups. Sometimes we only send 1 group out. My husband calls himself semi-retired, so he works sometimes he doesn't. He'll go, I'll just have a day off, I'm going to send the boys out today. We've been really fortunate with staff. So we have hired, started off with a kid at my son's football club, and that just was struggling. He was struggling mentally, emotionally, and his mum came up to us and said, can you help me out at all? Can you give him just even a day here or there? I can't get him to go to school. I can't get him to do anything. And my husband had no interest in taking on a staff member, but he said, more than happy to give it a go. And he said to this day it was the best thing he's ever done. So, and, you know, so he started off, he knew a mate, he knew somebody else, someone else knew somebody else. And, you know, we've had up to 10 staff, sometimes down to 1. But the boys come and go. So they've travelled all over the world because of us giving them opportunities. And they, as soon as they come back, they just contact us, any chance of getting work, and we straight away put them on. And it hasn't been, we've had our few kids that haven't worked out, but we always give them a go. And, you know, and it doesn't matter what background they're from, we're happy to give them a chance as long as they work hard, you know, and they support the kind of business we want to grow and give the customers the kind of service we want them to have. And Andy teaches them. And he doesn't hesitate in telling them off if they're not doing the right thing. And if they forget a piece of equipment, which does happen, he sends them back to go get it. Andy doesn't go get it. He makes them go because it teaches them responsibility. And he rewards them. He buys them coffee nearly every day. And we've got one full-time staff member, and it was his birthday yesterday. So Andy said, go to the bakery, treat yourself and all the boys to some treats. And so we pay for that, and it pays off tenfold. So, yeah, love it.
Yeah, well, we're very proud. As franchisors, we are so proud of what you and Andy have done, particularly for the community up there and for kids that just may never be able to get that sort of opportunity.
Yeah.
What you've taught them, it's like that's the type of business that we, you know, it's awesome. It's awesome to see. It's what we want to reflect as part of our Fox culture.
Yeah.
So what would you regard as some of the benefits of Andy actually running the business outside of, like, where do you see, I guess, he's benefited or his development in the business or in himself has come through from start to where it is now?
I think when he used to work, he used to be a production manager, so he had quite a stressful job, and he really struggled with that side of it. And to get out of corporate, what the corporate world he calls it, into being his own boss, he mentally and emotionally, he smiles. Like he's just literally happy every day. Sometimes not depending on the weather, but happy every day to run his own business, to be his own boss. I mean, being your own boss is just amazing. And you can dictate how much you want to work, how much money you want to make. And yes, I know it relies on the public to want your business, but you know, you just have to put in a bit of effort. And, you know, we put in that, you know, Andy has a Facebook page, and he constantly updates photos of work he's done, what it looked like before compared to what it looked like after. And he gets comments about that all the time. And even recently, we've got up in our area, there's a bird, a person has their own pet bird, and it goes out every day and it flies around the neighbourhood. And he's created his own Facebook page. And one day this bird came and landed on Andy's shoulder, and Andy took photos and he put it on social media and go, guess who I had visited me today? And the next thing you know, he's got some person that he's never met before saying, oh my God, I've just seen, you know, Alan's come and landed on your shoulder. Can you come and do me a quote for gardening? So it doesn't have to be, it can be through anything to gain the work. But Andy's just, when you see him smile, it's worth it. He was coming home stressed, and now he's not. It's a different kind of stress, but it's a positive stress. So
that's fantastic. What we have noticed is that Andy's very much invested in his hobby of
horse racing. Yes, loves his horse racing.
And how many horses has he got now?
Do you know what?
Or sharing?
It comes and goes. He's sort of, I think he's got 3 from memory. So one is part of a syndicate. So there's like I think there's like 8 of them, and they all used to work together. So they put in a little bit each, and they have that. I think they might even have 2 horses now, and and then he's got 1 or 2 of his own, and just small percentage shares. But he may as well have owned the horse because he gets so excited. He loves it, but again, the business enables him to do that. Yeah. So sometimes there'll be a race on a Wednesday, and he'll go, "That's it, I'm going to the race. That work can wait," and he can do that, and so he loves it.
One of the benefits of being your own boss,
absolutely,
and having your own business, and
absolutely
having a successful business.
And you can do that, and especially now where we are 8 years later, and also having some staff. We've been able to go on holidays, and so we can beforehand we go on holidays. You don't earn any money, so you have to pre-save for that, which is fine. And we did that initially, but now we've got some staff. We can keep them running, and our last trip we went overseas, and I had my iPad, and he had his workbooks, and we're sitting on a balcony in Rome, with the Colosseum in the background, doing invoicing and contacting clients, and to be able to do that and bring money in, and we're not big by any means, but it works and it enables us to have a life. So
that's what it comes down to, doesn't it? It's your lifestyle.
If anyone had asked me this 8 years ago, I would have thought, no, not a chance that this is going to be like this. But absolutely, it couldn't be any better.
Oh, that's good. So did Andy have to claim on turnover guarantee?
No, never. Yeah, so which surprised me. But no, he was so determined not to, and he didn't have to ever. And he never ever. Did we ever have to use it? So
fabulous. But it's there if you needed it.
And that's the only reason I guess wasn't the only reason I like Fox. I loved how you and Ian came across, and I liked the fees and charges, and I liked the support. And I think the fact that you guys talked about your ongoing courses and your get-togethers that you organise, which is fantastic. I loved all that. But it was the guarantee that sold me, because that was my most nervous thing, being able to financially support the family. But the fact we never ever had to use it, I'd smile about every day.
Oh, it's a bonus for us to hear.
You didn't have to fork out any money either, so it was great.
And so do you mind, and you don't have to share the exact amount, the turnover from year 1, year 2, if you can remember, rough. Can you see the incremental increases?
Oh, look, I think our first year, because of everything we could claim back and all the rest of it, it wasn't, I think it was like 30 grand or something. Like it wasn't a lot. Like
this is turnover, not profit.
Turnover. I don't remember I always remember the profit rather than the turnover. To be honest, I don't. I should have looked that up. I didn't look that up. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
No. I honestly don't remember. But I know that it's gone from small to, some years it's been huge. So it just depends on the year. We've had, our wages alone can be, I think, 120,000. So, and so that's crazy to think that wages and like super, and then we're getting money, and that's all the outgoing. You're talking $500,000. So, to think of running a business like that was never anything I thought we could do. So to go from knowing nothing, it's great.
Well, I remember the year that Andy texted me and told me what the turnover was for that year. Yep. Never forget that.
Oh, really?
And I cannot believe how far he's come on a single trailer.
Yeah.
And that was also the year that he asked me whether he should convert into a company, I think it was.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
So the structure started off as a sole trader.
Yep.
And then you never went into partnership.
We never did. We talked about it, and I think we were just, if we were younger, I think maybe we would have done that, and we definitely would have seen the benefit of doing that. So, but we were older, and we just were kind of really happy where we were, and it was working. So, and that was just another level to get confused about. So we just stayed where we were comfortable, and we were earning the money we wanted, and, you know, we were doing what we wanted, you know, in the community and with our workers, and we were getting out of it what we wanted. So we were happy.
Oh, that's good to hear. So how important would you say it is for partners to be involved, whether it's a male or female?
I would say definitely. And as much as you want to be, but you have to know about the business. You have to know what your partner's going through and the stresses and what's involved. And it's not just turning up every day to mow some grass. It's all the behind the scenes stuff. So I think that's really, really important to at least know how it works, what you can do maybe to help. And it can be anything from, I mean, I'm fully involved now in the sense of I do all the QuickBooks stuff, and I run around and pick up things, and I order things and make phone calls, and so I run all that sort of side of it. And Andy says, you know, that means he can concentrate on getting the clients and making sure the job's done. And so we're sort of a 50-50 in, you know, I do all the admin and he does all the labouring. So, and that works for us, but it doesn't mean it has to be that way. But I think it's important regardless for everybody to know. It's you've got to know how businesses run. So,
well, we do find that partners who do have their significant other actually be involved to some degree really helps them actually strive forward with their business. And we see it in you. We see it in quite a few partners, the very successful franchise owners. And I guess what we would probably encourage is for the significant other to also attend meetings like you did. What would you say to? So, what would you say to as somebody who's looking at starting a business like this now, and their significant other? Would you encourage them to maybe attend a meeting?
Look, the more you can learn, the better. And I think if you. I mean, the meetings let you know anything and everything, and it can be a meeting about anything. You guys run meetings about all different aspects of business. So, and it can be as simple as how to run, do some gardening, or how to do a certain aspect of that. But the more that you both are involved, the more you can grow your business. And sometimes we all take things in differently as well. So what one person hears, someone hears differently, and then you throw that idea around, I never thought of that. Oh, yeah, you're right. I don't remember hearing that. And so that also helps you grow too. So, and so more than one set of ears, two sets of ears always makes a difference. So.
How, what would you say to somebody who is looking at starting and they haven't come to the meeting, but they want to come? Would you encourage them to bring their partner?
Yes. So I think if you need to know. So if you're thinking of starting a business or working for Fox or starting your own franchise, just have that initial conversation. And I think if both of you are there, you both can hear what's everything, how it's run, what support you're going to get. And I think that's important, because I think we're all nervous when you're going to start something totally different. It's like going for a new job. You just don't know how it's going to work. And we don't always get the opportunity to be there when your partner goes for a job interview, for instance. So you're only hearing what he's going to tell you. And sometimes you get, and you get, next to nothing out of that. So if you're there as well, you might think of a question to ask. You might be concerned about something that he doesn't really care about, but it impacts you and your family. So if you're there, you can ask that question. And they're really open to partners asking questions. So it's not just the person that wants to be the franchise owner, or if you want to both be the franchise owners, if, they're open to you asking anything. And they're really, really transparent and won't hesitate. And if they don't know something, they'll find out. So, yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, look, thank you so much, Alyssa. We really appreciate your time and being very open about, your experience as the partner.
Yeah. Oh, look, absolutely. I wouldn't have come if I didn't believe it. So I can't say enough about Fox. think it was the best thing that my husband did, I did, and I wouldn't hesitate in recommending anybody to own a Fox franchise.
Oh, fabulous.